Good morning, everyone. I'm Anne, and if you don't know the person you're sitting next to, introduce yourself.
Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, this is Susan. Nice to meet you.
Chris. So as always, I want you to take really good care of yourself today. Feel free to back off, down level, rest as needed, while also keeping in mind that we're endeavoring to move as one body today. So I've been thinking a lot about inquiry and how incredibly important it is to living a really full, intentional life based on choice. I think it's so critical that we regularly ask ourselves who we are now and how we want to be living so we don't waste the time that we have left. Well, I think this is really important. Inquiry, awareness, actively choosing. The fact is, I think most of us tend to default to a state of inertia, right? To a kind of security of the status quo, because it takes a lot of energy and it's destabilizing to really question ourselves and to choose to do something new. The Zen Buddhist and originator of five rhythm stance, Gabrielle Roth, she really says that the opposite of inquiry is inertia. And she describes inertia as a kind of waking sleep comprised of a structure of unquestioned beliefs and frozen attitudes that are a bulwark against change. Movement and change are feared as painful and disruptive. The status quo seems to offer a haven of insecurity, of security. Inertia is natural, effortless, totally accommodating, but we're made to move, to become, to grow, to change, to create. An awakening lies not in inaction, but in action. So let's practice together. Let's wake ourselves up so we can more actively choose how we place ourselves in our lives. So come to sitting tall. Press your sits bones into the earth and find a nice long spine. You're welcome to sit on a block if you like. So long from the base of the spine through the crown of your head. You can close your eyes or softly focus them on a point out in front of you. To really actively question our lives and how we want to proceed, we first have to get really grounded, right? Because change is inherently destabilizing. Stepping out of the status quo is destabilizing. So first we have to get a little more stable. So get here. Yoga tells us the way to get here is to quit spinning in thoughts and drop directly into the body, into lived experience. And so you start to notice the feeling of the body sitting here, feeling the posture and the facial expression from the inside out. Engaging your senses. Notice the sounds and the silences that come to you on the air. Notice sensation, right? There's so much information in the body. So much information is calling to you. So you just notice areas of tension or bracing, expansion or contraction. What do you sense and where do you sense it? Allow yourself to notice what feeling state is here. Not pushing or pulling away from what's here, really actively inquiring into what needs your attention. So we notice both grief and relief, love and loss, anxiety and anger. It's all telling you something important about your life. And knowing that sometimes it's really hard to sit with what we find inside, we remind ourselves that we can use breath and movement as a way to soothe, calm, ground ourselves. So start to first just notice the physical sensations of the breath before you rush to change the breath. Just notice, is it high in the chest or low in the belly? Is it fast or slow? Shallow or deep? We know if we can lengthen, deepen, slow the breath down, we can help to calm the body, mind. So we'll lengthen and deepen the breath, and we'll also add some movement, which can be further grounding. So as you inhale, sweep your arms out to the side and overhead. Palms meet overhead. Exhale, slowly bring the fingertips back down to the earth. Continue to move and breathe in this way. Inhaling and reaching. Exhale down. Continuing this at your own timing. We live our lives one breath, one movement, one point of consciousness at a time. Each breath, each movement is a point of consciousness. Each breath, each movement is a way to shift consciousness, offering us more choice. One more full inhale, exhale. And then we bring both hands flat across the heart. So we feel the full weight of the hands on the chest. We feel the heart beating on our hands. We remind ourselves that we can bring ourselves the comfort that we need. We have to be willing to hold what's here. Let's resonate with our experience in this moment. 3 honeybee breaths. Inhale. Two more at your own timing. One final one. Release your hands down to your knees. Inhale to the sky. Palms meet overhead. Trace the midline to the heart center, remaining seated. Fold forward towards the floor. Reach your arms out in front of you. Soften the forehead down as you press your palms into the earth. Really commit to actively choosing how you move on and off the mat. When you're ready, roll over your knees and find your way into your tabletop position. So we're on our hands and our knees here. Stack your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide. Root down through the thumb and the forefinger. Tuck your toes for more stability. Knees are hip width apart. And let's find some organic movement, shifting the hips side to side, forward and back. Right, not just operating on automatic pilot, actually dropping into the body and actively connecting with sensation. Returning to center. As you inhale, draw the lower ribs into the body, back of the heart to the sky, gaze inside. As you exhale, reach the heart forward and the tail back, broad across the chest. Inhale, draw in deeply. Exhale, expand. One more, drawing in, looking deep inside. And then you open to what's directly in front of you. Find a neutral spine. Walk your knees behind your hips. Tuck your toes.
Press up and back, downward facing dog. Press the earth away from you here. Feel free to walk it out. You can bend one knee and the other. You can bend both knees if you like. You keep reaching the hips towards the back wall. Notice if you're holding tension in through the head or the neck. Gently nod the head yes, and shake the head no. Really feel your inhale. Really feel your exhale. Come onto the balls of your feet. Puff and round forward. High plank. Gaze beyond the edge of your mat. You're welcome to stay right here, or you can drop to the knees. Let's lower halfway and pause. Elbows hug the side bodies. How do you imbue sensation with meaning, right? Just because something is effortful doesn't mean it has to be stressful. And release. Point the toes, hands parallel to the chest. Inhale, we rise together in cobra. Exhale, release. Let's press back to child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide, forehead to the floor. As you inhale, feel your ribs draw apart. As you exhale, feel your ribs draw together. Press up and back, downward facing dog. When you inhale, know that you're inhaling. And when you exhale, know that you're exhaling. Step your big toes together here. Reach your right leg to the sky. Draw your knee into your nose. Step onto your low lunge. Heart forward, gaze forward. Draw the right hip crease to the back wall. You can always bring blocks underneath your hands. Don't be afraid to use props. Soften the brow, the jaw. Let's drop the back knee. Clasp your hands over the front thigh. And let's pulse. Inhale up. Exhaling, deepen in. 2 more. And down. 1 more. And down. Release your hands down. Draw back. Modified half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Drawing that right hip crease back in line with the left. If you're feeling tightness through that right hamstring, you can bend the knee. And then let's just slowly press forward, modified low lunge with the heart. And then we pull back. Modified half splits. Maybe you sink the forehead towards the shin. 2 more times. Pulsing forward. And drawing back. 1 more. We pull back. And then we press forward. Low lunge. Plant your hands. Right leg goes back. Downward facing dog. Just this inhale. Just this exhale. Come onto the balls of your feet. Puff and round forward. High plank. Gaze beyond the edge of your mat. If you want more support, drop to the knees. Lower halfway and pause here. Elbows hug the side bodies. Rather than living a short distance from your life, feel what's here to be felt. And then you let it pass on through and release. Point the toes, hands parallel to the chest. Inhale, we rise together in cobra. Exhale, release. Press back to child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide, forehead to the floor. We bring the mind home to the body to find a deeper, more complete knowing. Press up and back, downward facing dog. Just breathing in, just breathing out. Step your big toes together here. Reach your left leg to the sky. Draw your knee into your nose. Step on through, low lunge. heart forward, gaze forward. Draw that left hip crease towards the back wall. You can come to slots underneath the hands. Soften your brow. Drop the back knee. Clasp your hands on top of the thigh. And let's pulse. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more. And down. 1. And down. Release your hands down. Pull back. Modify half slip. Feel free to use blocks here if you like. If you feel tight in that left hamstring, you can bend the knee. Let's pulse forward. Modify low lunge. Open the heart. And then draw back, Ardha Hanumanasana. Maybe you sink the forehead towards the shin. 2 more, pulsing forward. And drawing back. 1 final one. And back. This time we pulse forward, modified low lunge, and toe heel your left foot to the left side of your mat. For a modified runner's lunge. So both hands are inside that left foot. The foot's turned out at a 45-degree angle. The ankle slightly forward of the knee. And then let's go ahead and step the right foot forward. We come into a deep squat. Balasana. You can always sit on blocks if you want, or you can come into a modified horse position. Press the elbows into that leg. And maybe bring the hands flat across the heart. Close the eyes, draw your attention inwards. We have to keep reminding ourselves just as drops of water eventually fill a bathtub. So all the small choices we make for ourselves eventually become who we are. Let's bow forward. Modified standing forward fold. Feet are hip width apart or even wider. Your feet are parallel here. You can bend the knees if you like. You can rest your hands on blocks. Maybe you sway side to side here. Maybe you open and close the mouth, just noticing if you're holding tension in the jaw. Sometimes the jaw is really tight when we're engaging the thinking mind, so we release the jaw. If you would like to deepen this posture, you can hold on to the big toes with peace fingers. Inhale up half left. Exhale, pull it deeper. You're welcome to deeply bend the knees here too if you like, right? The knees don't need to be lengthened. We're rounding in, drawing the chin in towards the chest. Just feeling this as it is. Inhale up half left. Let's bring our hands to the waist and inhale all the way up to standing. Toe heel your feet together here for mountain. Big toes together, ankles slightly apart. Spin your palms forward here. Feel the strength of your legs. Feel the earth beneath your feet. Inhale to the sky. Palms meet overhead. Trace the midline. Feel the full weight of the thumbs on the forehead, nose, lips, heart center. Deep forward fold all the way to the earth. You can always bend your knees if you like. Rolling up to standing, one vertebra at a time. Shrug your shoulders at the top of your mountain, forward up, around and down. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, sink deep, Utkatasana. Weighted through the heels, toes like forward. Maybe you bring your hands in front of the heart and you sink 2 inches deeper. We have to regularly inquire into how we're living our lives. The analyst Adam Phillips says madness is the word for a life that is unlived. Inhale to the sky. Root through that right foot. Catch hold of the left knee and clasp hands. It's a little bit of a balance pose. It's okay if it's shaky.
modify however you like here. If you would like to experiment with taking the knee out to the side, right hand to the right hip, you can. For more of a challenge, gaze over the right shoulder. It's okay if it's shaky, that's part of it. Draw the knee back to the midline, fingertips to the sky, half mountain. Replace the foot, palms meet overhead. Trace the midline, feel the thumbs on the forehead, nose, lips, heart center, deep forward fold, bow to fully possessing your life. Inhale up, half lift. Exhale, release. Plant your hands, bend the knees, send the left leg back for a low lunge. Stay on the ball of the back foot. You can bring blocks underneath your hands. As you inhale, lengthen the front leg and drop the forehead towards the shin. Exhale, low lunge. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling, pulling the hips towards the sky, softening the forehead down. Exhale, mount. 1 more time. Low lunge. Ground through the back heel. Warrior 2. Left arm up, over, and around. Arms reach equally away from the center of the body. So that front foot's parallel with the long edge of the mat, back foot parallel with the short edge of the mat. Reach equally through both arms. Let's lengthen the front leg, and then we're going to pulse. Reach long into the horizon, and then draw back up. Continue to engage this pulse. Right? We remind ourselves that yoga is attunement to the flow of life through us. It's not about inertia. It's about recognizing everything is constantly shifting and changing. Breath, movement, thoughts, feelings. At the end of your next pulsation, lower all the way down into your triangle. Planting your right hand on a shin or a block or the earth. Your gaze is to the top hand or down towards the foot. Are you sending energy all the way through the fingertips? Reach your top arm overhead. Pull yourself all the way up. Sweep up and back, reverse triangle, 2 straight legs, reaching to the back wall. Gaze to the top hand or the back foot. Warrior 2. Extended side angle, form to the thigh. Sweep your top arm overhead. Energetically draw that right elbow to the back wall. Gaze to the top hand or down towards the foot. If you like, half bind, left arm behind the low back. And then let's work on some of the tension in through the neck. We draw our gaze down to the right big toe. And then we turn the gaze up towards the sky. Exhaling, swivel the head to look down at the earth and then towards the sky. One final one. And up. Let's find our warrior 2. Gaze over that front hand. Slowly draw the back arm out to the side and forward. So we draw forth intention. We pull it through the heart center. And we expand back out anew. Parallel the front foot, fingertips to the sky for star. Palms meet overhead. Trace the midline to the heart center. Turn the legs out from the hips for horse. We draw the belly up and in, descend the tail. You can shorten your stance if this feels too wide. Let's bring the hands flat across the heart. Close your eyes, draw your attention inside. We have to really connect with what's here now, right? To know how we want to be moving forward. How we want to move with choice. Release your hands down to the thighs, 3 shoulder shrugs with a pulse. Inhale up, exhaling down. 2 more. And down. One more. And down. Warrior two to the back wall, left leg forward. Spin your back arm up, over, and down. Low lunge. Toe heel your left foot to the left side of your mat. Modified runner's lunge. So both hands are inside that left foot. The foot's turned out at a 45-degree angle. Let's drop the back knee. You're welcome to stay right here. You can also bring blocks underneath your hands. If you want a deeper variation, you can drop down onto the forearms. Maybe you flip your palms to the sky. Right, just signaling your openness to what comes next, rather than remaining stuck in the status quo. Come back up onto your hands. Toe heel the left foot back to the midline. Plant your hands, left leg goes back. Downward facing dog. Let your breath ground you. Your breath can ground you. Take your connecting vinyasa, curl forward, high plank. Lower to the earth in the way that you want. Point the toes, hands parallel to the chest. Inhale, we rise in cobra. Exhale, release. You have a choice here. You can press back to child's pose. You can bend your knees, half plank, or tuck your toes, full plank. And then let's see how slowly we can press back to child's pose. Gaze forward, or downward facing dog. Gaze forward into the last moment, and then feel the full weight of your head as it releases. Just this inhale, just this exhale. Ease forward, top of the mat, standing forward fold. Scoop and reach to the top of the mat. Exhale, two straight arms down to your sides. Inhale to the sky. Palms meet. Trace the midline. Deep forward fold. Rolling up to standing one vertebra at a time. At the top of your mountain, shrug your shoulders, shrug off inertia. Inhale to the sky, embrace inquiry. Exhale, sink deep, Utkatasana. Wade in through the heels, toes like gaze forward. Maybe you bring your hands in front of the heart. Maybe you sink 2 inches deeper. We have to keep reminding ourselves that it's up to each one of us to decide how we feel, what we need, what we want and must do. Inhale to the sky. Root through that left foot, catch hold of the right knee, and clasp hands. It's okay if it's shaky, right? We're continually adjusting to the needs of the moment. If you like, draw the knee out to the side, left hand to the left hip. Maybe you turn the gaze over the left shoulder. Draw the knee back to the center line. Be gentle no matter what's happening here. Fingertips to the sky, half mountain. Replace the foot. Palms meet overhead. Trace the midline. Are you in your body? You have to be fully in your body to be in your life. Deep forward fold. Inhale up, half lift. Exhale, release. Plant your hands, bend the knees. Send that right leg back. Low lunge. Stay on the ball of the back foot. You can bring blocks underneath your hands. Make sure the ankle stacks underneath the knee. You might have to scoot that foot further forward if the knee's in front of the ankle. As you inhale, lengthen the front leg. Drop the forehead towards the shin. Exhale, low lunge. Inhaling and lengthening. Exhale, melt. One more time. Low lunge. Ground through the back heel, warrior two. Right arm up, over and around. Arrive fully here. Right, feel this pose freshly. Don't assume it's gonna be the same as it was before. Reach even more through that back arm. Good. So my left leg is forward. Lengthen the front leg. And then let's reach. Reach long into the horizon and then pull back up. Let's try to find one continuous fluid movement, right? We're pulsing here. Remembering that practice is continuous. It's not about endpoints. It's about being entirely present. At the end of your next pulsation, lower all the way down into triangle, planting that left hand on the shin, a block, or the earth. You can gaze to the top hand or down towards the foot. And then we pull ourselves all the way up and back, reverse triangle, two straight legs reaching to the back wall, gaze to the top hand or the back foot. Warrior two. Extended side angle, form to the thigh, sweep your top arm overhead, gaze to the top hand or down towards the foot. You're energetically drawing that left elbow to the back wall. Your palm faces the earth, not the sky. If you would like, take a half bind, right arm behind the low back. And then we turn the gaze down towards the big toe. And then we swivel the gaze towards the sky. 2 more times, exhaling down. Inhale, look to the sky. 1 more. And gaze to the sky. We bring ourselves back to warrior two. Gaze over that front hand. How slowly can you draw the back arm out to the side and forward? So we draw forth, purposeful choice. We pull it through the heart center, and then we let go of attachment to outcome. Parallel the front foot, fingertips to the sky for star. Palms meet overhead. Trace the midline to the heart center. Turn the legs out from the hips for horse. Draw the belly up and in. Descends the tail. We bring the hands flat across ourselves. Flat across the heart. Holding whatever we find here. Right, with more compassion, less condemnation. Release your hands down to the thighs. Let's twist. Drop the right shoulder forward, press the right thigh back. And center. Drop the left shoulder forward, press the left thigh back. And center. 1 more twist each side. We meet back in warrior two at the front of our mat, right leg forward. Spin your back arm up, over and down, low lunge. Toe heel your left foot to the left side of the mat, modified runner's lunge. You're welcome to drop the back knee. So that front foot's turned out at a 45-degree angle. Make sure the ankle slightly forward of the knee. Both hands inside that right leg. Feel free to rest your hands on blocks. If you would like to take this deeper, you can always drop down to the forearms. Maybe you flip your palms to the sky. Just finding a kind of primal softness, right? Just holding what's here without judgment. And deciding how you want to move next. Come back up onto your hands. Toe heel the right foot back to the midline. Right leg goes back, downward facing dog. Let your breath soothe you. Your breath can soothe you. Take your connecting vinyasa. That's high plank, lower down, 1 cobra. We meet back in down dog.
And remember, if what you most need in this moment is to rest, then you rest. It has to be a practice of call and response, of noticing what's here now and actively choosing how to respond. Just this inhale, just this exhale. Gaze forward, top of the mat, standing forward fold. Scoop and reach to the top of your mountain. Exhale, two straight arms down to your sides. Inhaling and reaching. Palms meet. Trace the midline. Feel the full weight of the thumbs, forehead, nose, and lips. Deep forward fold. Rolling up to standing. Shrug your shoulders. Shrug off aimless drifting. Inhale to the sky. Embrace actively choosing. Exhale, sink deep, Utkatasana. Weight in through the heels, toes light, glutes forward. Maybe bring the hands in front of the heart and sink 2 inches deeper. We have to keep reminding ourselves that the world is not going to deliver meaning to us, right? It's up to each one of us to choose how we want to be moving. Inhale to the side. Root through that right foot, catch hold of the left knee and clasp hands. If you would like more of a challenge, you can hold on to the big toe with peace fingers. To go even deeper, you can reach that leg forward, maybe lengthen the leg. If you like, you can draw the leg out to the side and gaze over the right shoulder. When you're ready, draw the leg back to the center. We meet in half mountain, knee to the sky, fingertips to the sky. Replace the foot. Palms meet overhead. Trace the midline. Deep forward fold. Inhale up, half lift. Exhale, release. Plant your hands behind the knees and the right leg back, low leg. Let's ground through the back heel. So I miscued. I want our left leg back here. So our right leg is forward, our left leg is back. There we go. Ground through the back heel. Warrior two. Left arm up, over, and around. Find yourself here fully. Let's breathe together audibly 3 times. Inhale, bridge the nose. Exhale, deep in the belly. Breathe in and out. One more. Lengthen the front leg. And this time in one movement, we reach all the way down into triangle, finding equal length across right and left side bodies, planting that right hand on something. Drawing that right hip crease to the back wall, left palm shines towards the windows here. Reach your top arm overhead. Draw the bottom arm up to frame the face. How you choose to meet challenge, right? In thought, in action, in breath. Inhale all the way up. Reverse triangle, 2 straight legs. Gaze to the top hand or the back foot. We're reaching towards the back wall. Warrior two. Let's pulse here. As you inhale, lengthen the front leg, hands meet in front of the heart. Exhale, expand. Continue to pulse here at your own timing. You can take whatever arm variation you like. How can you break out of automatic pilot here, right? We all tend to do what we've always done. That takes the least energy. When you notice you're doing what you've always done, pause, and then you begin again. We meet in warrior two. Parallel the front foot, fingertips to the sky for star. Warrior two to the back wall, left leg forward. Spin your back arm up, over, and down. Low lunge. Toe heel your left foot all the way across the mat to the right this time for one-legged pigeon. We're reaching that right leg straight back. It's parallel with the long edge of the mat. This is a challenging pose. If it doesn't work for you, you can always come into a seated figure 4 if you like. You can pad underneath that left hip with a block or a blanket. If you want to lower down for sleeping pigeon, forehead to the floor, forehead on stacked hands, you can. Untuck your back toes. And then notice, are you dumping your weight to the left? Most of us do that. How can you more evenly distribute the weight between the right and the left? Just noticing what happens to your mind when the body comes to rest. For most of us, that's when we get monkey mind, right? The mind jumps from thing to thing. Draw your attention back to this inhale and this exhale. Come back up onto your hands. Tuck the back toes. Left leg goes back, downward facing dog. Let your breath comfort you. Your breath can comfort you. Curl forward, high plank. Take your connecting vinyasa. We'll meet back in down dog when you're ready. Never rushing. Don't race the poses. Becoming one with each movement, each moment. Gaze forward, top of your mat, standing forward fold. Scoop and reach to the top of your mountain. Exhale, 2 straight arms down to your sides. Inhale to the sky. Really feel the air as you move through it. Palms meet. Trace the midline. Are you in your body? Be fully in your body. Deep forward fold. Rolling up to standing. Shrug your shoulders forward, up, around, and down. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, sink deep, Utkatasana. Weight in through the heels, toes light, gaze forward. Maybe bring your hands in front of the heart and sink 2 inches deeper. We have to sink squarely into the present, right? That's where we meet ourselves. All choice begins in the present with awareness, with intention. Inhale to the sky. Root through that left foot. Let's catch hold of the right knee and clasp hands. If you would like to go deeper, you can hold on to the big toe with peace fingers. If you'd like to experiment with extending the leg, go ahead and do so. Maybe draw the leg out to the side and gaze over the left shoulder. Don't abandon yourself when it gets shaky. Draw the leg back to the midline. We'll meet in half mountain, knee to the sky, fingertips to the sky. And replace. Palms meet overhead. Trace the midline. Deep forward fold all the way to the earth. Inhale up, half lift. Exhale, release. Plant the hands, bend the knees, send the right leg back. Low lunge. Let's ground through the back heel. Warrior 2, right arm up, over, and around. So my left leg is forward here. Gaze over that left hand. Let's breathe together in solidarity. Inhale, bridge the nose. Exhale, deepen the belly. 2 more. 1 more. Lengthen the front leg. And in one movement, we reach long into the horizon, and then we anchor down in triangle. We're externally rotating the front leg, internally rotating the back leg. Don't decide what you can or can't tolerate ahead of time. Right arm overhead. Draw the bottom arm up to frame the face. Remind yourself it's okay if it's hard, right? Nothing lasts forever. Don't hold your breath, keep breathing. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, reverse triangle, 2 straight legs reaching to the back wall. Gaze to the top hand or the back foot. Warrior 2. Let's pulse here. As you inhale, lengthen the front leg, hands meet in front of the heart. Exhale, expand. Continue to pulse here, taking whatever arm variation is calling to you. Fully with yourself, right? Movement by movement, breath by breath. We meet in our warrior 2. Parallel the front foot, fingertips to the sky for star. Warrior 2 to the front of your mat, right leg forward. Spin the back arm up, over and down. Low lunge, toe heel the right foot across the mat to the left for one-legged pigeon. We're reaching that left leg straight back. Feel free to bring a block or blanket underneath that right hip for support. You can also take a modified figure 4 on the floor if you prefer. You're welcome to stay right here, or you can lower down to sleeping pigeon, forehead to the floor, or forehead on stacked hands. Bring awareness right to the alignment. Are you shifting to the right? Can you more evenly distribute your weight between right and left? Can you feel the movement of your breath? Are you fully in your body? Come back up onto your hands. Tuck the back toes, right leg goes back, downward facing dog. Stretching the thread of your breath even longer here. Take your connecting vinyasa one final time. Just breathing in, just breathing out. One final time, curl forward, lower down. And then we completely surrender. Reach your arms out in front of you, forehead to the floor. Letting the earth support you here. With each exhale, sinking a little deeper. You can choose to let go or to not let go. Bring your palms together in prayer, forehead still to the floor. If you like, bring your thumbs to the nape of the neck for a nice stretch through the tricep. Continually letting sensation wake you up to your life. And release. Go ahead and roll over onto your back. Reach your arms overhead and stretch yourself long. Deeply flex your feet, draw the toes towards the head. And then let's draw the knees into the chest. Hold on to the shins. Draw the forehead in to meet the knees. Feel every muscle engaged. As you exhale, release the head and the shoulders back on the earth. Reach that right leg long. Keep hugging that left knee into the chest. Final reclining spiral. Draw the left knee across the body to the right. Walk the right shoulder blade out and turn to look left. We try to keep both shoulders equally pressing into the earth. If you want a deeper variation here, you can bend the bottom leg, catch hold of the foot with the left hand, and then you press the shoulder back to the earth again. So you take the variation that works for you. You know, you don't have to hover that left foot above the earth. You can let the earth support it. Return to your back. Reach that left leg long. Draw the right knee into the chest. And then across the body to the left. Walk the left shoulder blade out and turn to look right. Try to keep both shoulders pressing into the earth. If you'd like to go deeper, you can bend the bottom leg, catch hold of the foot with the right hand, and press that right shoulder back into the earth. Let the gaze be down the nose to help calm the nervous system. Can you feel the movement of your breath? Return to your back. Take whatever other final postures that you still need. And then find your way into your final relaxation pose. Maybe it's a traditional Shavasana on your back, arms and legs extended. Maybe you want to give yourself more grounding, hand to the heart, hand to the belly. If you prefer to end in a seated meditation pose or child's pose or something else, feel free to do that. And now we open to our most challenging pose of all. Shavasana, just following the breath as a way to stay present. We remind ourselves it's not about falling asleep, but about awakening down to our lives in this moment, breath by breath, moment by moment.
We have to keep finding the freedom to question ourselves and actively choose how we place ourselves in our lives. The Zen teacher Zenju Earthland Manuel asks, what do I choose for my life? Who am I waiting for to give me whatever? Am I free enough to choose to awaken and disrupt everything old and unnecessary in my life? Am I free to choose to resist with love until peace arrives? Bring some gentle movement back into your fingers and toes. Gently rock your head from side to side. Reach your arms overhead and stretch yourself long. Roll over onto your right side and draw your knees into your chest. As you move back out into the world, remind yourself that choice is always available to you, but that it's up to you to decide what you want and need and must do with the time that you have left. When you're ready, make your way up to sitting. Let's bring our hands together in front of the heart, to the heart. In the mind, thumbs come to third eye center. Joined by the breath, thumbs come to the lips. And out into the world through mindful action. Reach up, out, and down. Palms rejoin. Namaste. Namaste.